And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s from around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host, and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church Seahawk Positivity, and welcome to episode 1105, your Rams edition of this 12-Man Fan Jam Show, as your Seattle Seahawks start the season by playing the Los Angeles Rams. So, do us all a favor, put your seat in the upright position, put your tray table up, fasten your seatbelt, keep your arms and legs inside the podcast at all times, and what can I tell you? It's for realsies now. We're back. This counts. From this point forward, it all means something now. Well, as much as it means anyway. So I'm here with my posse. We've got a full show ahead ready for you. Some new stuff, some old stuff, a little bit of everything. But let's start by introducing the posse. Of course, there's Matt from Merry Old England. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
Matt, I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, finally, football season is back. And of course, I've been keeping a very close eye on friend of the show, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Don't say.
Yes, I know. I've been following him very closely on all of his exploits over there in New York land. And apparently, according to the Daily Mail today, he's advertised for a new personal chef who must be a specialist in preparing an ancestral diet. Now, I don't know what an ancestral diet is, but I didn't believe Aaron Rodgers was so fussy about who was putting meat inside him. Allegedly. And anyway, a new chef, $80,000 salary.
Whoa!
For spit roasting with Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Well, at least we have, he'll probably have better cuisine if it's not an English cook, because you guys just put peas and everything.
You've never eaten English food proper. You've never had proper English food. Wait till you have proper English food and then tell me that.
I don't have the accent for it.
No. I am eating something later, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh my.
Whoa.
And there's Dustin. Hi, Dustin. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Dustin walked out on us last week. It was quite memorable.
I'm sure I'll probably do the same all season since I have the option now.
Go for it.
Yeah.
How's everything
as
going?
As I get low, I'm not going to wait anymore. Things are going good.
Good.
I ordered some stuff and got some stuff, and so I got a new TV and PS5 and
nice.
Yeah, making a good use of my time here. Bought a speaker box for my truck. I'm getting a stereo subs and stuff put in on the 20th. Nice. Lindsay was not really impressed. She's like, "How old are you? 20?"
She wishes.
Yeah. Right.
Here comes Dustin. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep. I was like, well, when we had the kids, I couldn't have speakers in my truck anymore.
That's right.
The speaker box took up too much room, so I got rid of it. And I haven't had it since. So now I don't have kids and I don't have shit to do. So
you're living your best life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Great. He's living the dream. Someone else who's living the dream is Will. Hi, Will.
Moses, if this is the dream, I think I had too much spicy food before going to bed. But I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing
Good.
well.
Good. Did you lay down any money on the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl after Thursday, or you home back?
I did not, but I did put down money on Kadarius Toney setting the NFL drops single season record.
I think that's a good bet. Definitely. Wise money. Yeah. And then there's Little Mo. Hi, Little Mo.
How's it going?
Good. Little Mo, you're going to have one of your first segments tonight about Madden. We'll see in the fourth quarter. Actually doing
highly realistic game.
Highly realistic game of Madden.
Yeah. Also,
he puts it on rookie.
He puts it on rookie mode. There's Dude. Oh, Dude's had a long day.
He's so tired.
Yeah, he's worn out. And Abby's probably sleeping somewhere, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, good. Well, I tell you what, guys, we got a big show. It's our first one of the season. So let's look at the format. 12-Man Fan Jam Show format is pretty much the same as it's been last couple years. There's little tweaks, little changes coming up that you might be interested in. In the first quarter, of course, will catch us up on all of the NFL news that we may have missed during the week. In quarter 2, we're going to introduce again the Posse Prediction Challenge, who the new teams are. There are just a couple of slight changes there. And then halftime, of course, it is the best Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet. I refer to 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia.
Of the world.
And who won last week?
Me.
Yep, that one. Congratulations.
I
Matt.
did math.
You did math.
Crazy.
Sleep through the first quarter, Matt came in and won trivia.
Yeah, after sleeping in the first quarter, he won trivia. That's right.
63 seconds.
It's 60.
Yeah,
We'll
had more
give us
rest than we did.
63 seconds.
3 seconds.
The second half, we talk about that game, about the Seahawks and the Rams coming up on Sunday. We'll give you information, all kinds of information. We got a rivalry joke I'm going to tell. We're going to show something that I'm going to eat something related to the game. Dustin's going to do his injury report. Maddie, weather and fashion. Even Mark chimed in with his bricks picks, even though he's not here. And after all that, we'll take all that fourth quarter. And before we do our predictions, I will have a drink based on where we're the Los Angeles Rams, city of Los Angeles. And Little Mo will do his Madden prediction challenge, where he did his Madden challenge, where he played this game on his Madden, and is going to tell us the highlights of that game, and we're going to see how realistic it really is. So before we do all that, we do like to remind you that we are all over the social media world, if you would. Despite them trying to keep us from happening. We're on Facebook, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We have a great game day thread. On game days, you want to join us for that. Look, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X. 12-Man Fan Jam Show. It used to be Twitter. YouTube, you're watching this on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. All kinds of fun on there. And, of course, you can always email us at 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. And we're also on TikTok at 12-Man Fan Jam Show if you'd like to see little snippets of this show later. Remind you that we are a Seahawk Positivity production. Usually we go to news, but before we do that, I want to share a little story, and I don't want to share that. There it is. I want to share a little story.
Your OnlyFans letter finally came through?
Like many people, people say, well, why would I watch this show? Because, you guys, what do you know? Well, here's what we know. We did a fantasy draft this last weekend. Lil Mo and I in a fantasy league. It's like my 26th year in this league. And after I drafted the next morning, I got up and I said, well, gee, I wonder what Yahoo Sports thinks of my team. And what I found was quite interesting. This is real. I did not make this up. Now, my team is called the Hamdingers, and only Will understand why it's the Hamdingers, because on my favorite show, Mr. Science Theater 3000, Joel escaped in a box of Hamdingers where it was hiding an escape pod. So I used Hamdingers as my thing because no one would ever eat them. So I'm the Hamdingers, and this I'm reading exactly what Yahoo thought of my draft, okay? In the draft, the Hamdingers had the privilege of picking dead last in the first round, and boy, did they make the most of it with a draft grade of D-. It's safe to say that their performance was nothing short of underwhelming. Despite having the third toughest schedule of the teams, the Hamdingers managed to make some questionable choices. With a projected finish of 0-12-2, the Hamdingers are poised to be the laughingstock of the league. It's almost impressive how they managed to secure the worst draft grade. But hey, at least they have one player on bye week to look forward to. It's clear the Hamdingers are destined for a season of disappointment. Maybe they should consider changing their name to the Hambunglers, because that's exactly what they did with their draft. That is word for word. If you guys are out there wondering, why do I watch these guys? They know their football. Yeah, I know my football.
You're going to have to keep us updated on that.
Draft, Moses.
I do what? Well, Will?
Who the hell did you draft?
I don't know. Jalen Hurts is my quarterback. I got Stephon Diggs. I don't understand. I did get Dicker the kicker, but that was kind of But anyway, I just wanted to share that because you always were wondering, gee, why, and I've always said we don't know any more than anybody else out there. I know less than most of you.
Just to be clear, I did not draft Jason Myers.
He did not. But Little Mo also got a D+ on his draft grade. So we both really, yeah.
Nice job, guys.
So anyway, and the guy we thought was awful was like, I got an A on my draft grade. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get started on this show and news. Yes, news from around the world. In the NFL world, it is our news hound Will with the 12-Man Fan Jam Show news report. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, speaking of teams that are expected to win 0 games this year, a lot of people have taken a look at the Arizona Cardinals and are assuming that they're deliberately tanking this season so they can draft USC quarterback Caleb Williams with the first overall pick in next year's draft. Not so fast. Williams' father, Carl, was featured in a Q article that profiled his son, and he voiced his concerns about the whole thing. Quote, "The funky thing about the NFL draft process is he'd almost be better off not being drafted than being drafted first. The way the system is constructed, you go to the worst possible situation. Caleb's got 2 shots at the apple. So if there's not a good situation, the truth is he can come back to school." Shots have already been fired.
Wow!
Right.
That's awesome.
And Moses, honestly, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this now that players are getting the NIL money, and there's not as much of a financial obligation, if you will, to go into the draft. So
they're going to go Cardinals or the BC Lions of the CFL. You know, I could be cold for a year. I'll wait it out.
So it would be the most Cardinals thing in the world if they went like 1-16, got the first overall pick, and it's like, nope, sorry, going back to school. And I would be all there for it.
Well, we all remember when Eli did that he did not want to be a Charger, and they traded Phil Rivers for him on draft day. But a lot of people forget back in the dark ages when John Elway flat out said, "I will not be an Indianapolis Colt. It won't happen." Yeah. And so they didn't pick him.
And Bo Jackson, drafted by the Buccaneers, said, "Nope, I'll play baseball."
Yep, that's right.
That's what Elway said too.
Yeah,
he's gonna go. Yeah,
Elway was with the Yankees, and of course Jackson was with the Royals. So yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but you're right.
Happened with Kobe Bryant also. He didn't want to be with the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah. So they traded Vlade Divac and somebody else.
Yeah, Vlade Divac, man. That takes me back.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, that's scary stuff because that could be the start of something.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that with them getting that money now, and they're able to go out and not only the NIL money, but they're allowed to make money just out with their
endorsement.
Like Livy Dunn. Livy Dunn has made millions, and she's a gymnast from LSU that's really hot, and she's made a ton of money because of it.
Yeah,
and she's really hot.
Yeah, that's why she's made so much money.
That helps. Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
Does it help, Matt? Does it help?
Well, I don't know. She's not getting any of my money.
That's true.
She was actually in the commercial with the Mannings when they were looking for the third person on their podcast.
Oh, was she on there? Okay.
Yeah, she was one of the people on there. DJ Khaled and
yeah, good stuff.
Bunch of people.
Will, what else you got for us?
Well, Moses, rather than doing another news segment, I wanted to take a moment and pay tribute to our storied rivals that we're going to be facing this.
Oh, yes, the Rams. Yes,
the Rams. So, it's division rivalry. They had Bobby Wagner for a year till we stole him back. I just think we need to take a minute and pay tribute to them.
Okay.
First.
What do you have in mind?
Ram it. Do you know how to ram it? Let's ram it. We know how to ram it. We'll be rocking LA, so let's ram it today. Ram it. Hollywood handsome, Dodge City tough. You throw it my way, it's going to get rough. I like to ram it, as you can see. Nobody likes ramming any more than me. They call him Jeter. Nobody dresses sweeter, but under that cool, a quarterback mistreated. Come from the end, go for the sack. I don't stop coming till I put him on his back.
Whoa. That's graphic.
Ram it. You know how to ram it.
Oh my God.
We know how to ram it. We'll be rocking LA, so let's ram it today.
Easy, Will. Easy, Will. Easy.
Nice. Slow clap it out after that one.
If you're wondering what he's doing, he is waxing poetic over a song called Ram It that the Los Angeles Rams did back in the early 80s, I believe, or late 70s. And we'll have an attachment to that YouTube video on this, underneath this video, because it's worth watching. And then we'll have it all over our Facebook page. It's already been on there. But Will, that was quite fetching. That was quite
just beautiful art.
Oh, it brought a tear to my eye. I'm glad that we all have learned how to ram it. But and that being said, let's end the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
All right, enough ramming it. Let's move on. Second quarter, we have trivia coming up. We got all kinds of information about the Rams-Seahawks game coming up. Before we do that, we do have to address the new Posse Prediction Challenge. Who is challenging these wonderful experts that you see before you in a wonderful season of predictions, game balls, scores, and prognostications, and all that will be coming up right after this. Don't you go change it.
Yahoo's challenging Dennis.
I lose.
Yeah.
B-.
That is impressive, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the second quarter.
Yes, welcome to the second quarter of episode 1105, the Rams edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Getting ready to start the season as the Seahawks get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams to start off their 2023 campaign. Before we do that, we want to, usually the second quarter is where we talk about the show from last week, or the game from last week, not the show, the game from last week and everything. And what we do is we make predictions in the fourth quarter, and we have a game ball, we have a prognostication, which is something cool, maybe an amount of sacks or someone scores a touchdown or interceptions or something unusual, kind of mind-blowing. And then we have on top, we have scores. We give a score, we give prognostication, then we give a game ball to somebody before the game, see if they do something special in the game or they deserve a game ball at the end of each game. And when we do that, we like to get so many points and we like to total it up. We like to see how we do against other people. Now, there are 5 of us here, Dustin, Matt, Lil Mo, Will, and myself. And Statsman Mark, who I've talked to, wants to very much do it. He cannot, because of work obligations, join us on the show at this point. But he wants to give us predictions, and he gave us predictions for our show, and he will every week. So the 6 of us are taking on, and we're Team 12. No, we're Team Posse. I'm sorry, we're Team Posse every year.
Little Mo's finally Posse, huh?
Lil Mo has joined the Posse.
Yeah, Grandma's trash me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now Team 12 is just a little different. Team 12 is also just 6 people. We start with, of course, Jose Rodriguez, or Josie Rodriguez, as I like to call him. Jose
Birthday
Rodriguez.
today, right?
I think it is his birthday day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Jose.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday, Jose.
Happy birthday, Jose.
He loves to
Merry
beat
Christmas.
us and everything, so he's been on the show as well.
Yep.
Mike Pascal, who writes the wonderful Game Buzz comics you see floating around on the Facebook page around game time. He's a wonderful artist, a great guy. And Mike Pascal is going to compete against us, as is Chris Balding. Chris has been competing for the last couple of years. He was on the show. He was on the finale last year, and I think he joined us for the draft this year. And then Andy Lendonar, also known as not Canadian Hawk, but Northern Hawk, who used to be on the show all the time and is a wonderful friend of the show and a friend of ours for sure. Jimmy Foreman, who won last year, who said, of course, I want to be on this year. Jimmy is going to be on. And Becky Bacchini, who joined us last year for the first time, is going to be on as well. So those are the 6 that are facing us. So it'll be 6 on 6. And what we do is, like I said, the fourth quarter, we give our predictions, prognostications, and game balls for the upcoming game. And then I score those. And here's how I score them. First, with the score themselves. If you get one of the team's scores, if you get both scores right, like the Seahawks win 20-17, and you said 2017 Seahawks, you get 5 points. If you get one of the team's scores right, so let's say I said 20-17 Seahawks, and the Seahawks win 20-10. So I got 20 Seahawk points. I get 3 points for that. And if nobody hits 5 or 3, or even 5, if no one hits 5, the closest score to the actual score gets a point. And if you get the right score difference, so if I say the Seahawks win by 3 and they win by 3, but it's not the same score, I get 2 points for that. So if you pick the correct, what's that called?
Margin of victory.
Point spread. Yeah. So that's how you do the scores. Now, prognostications are very simple. Either you get it or you don't. And it's a point if you get it, and it's not if you don't. Game balls the same way. It's a point if you get it, point if you don't. The one rule we have on our game balls is it cannot be nobody. It can't be an opposite team player. And it cannot be Geno Smith, the quarterback, because let's face it, the quarterback's one of the most important guys on the team. He would probably get a game ball every game. So,
but it can be linebacker with the most total tackles.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it can.
All right, yeah. Let's go. Lomo had controversy last year.
And no game ball if we don't win. Is that right? Still?
Oh, thank you. And if we do not win, there is no game ball. Yes.
Because they didn't try hard enough.
They don't get a game ball if they lose. So
yeah,
you can't pick Jason Myers or Little Mo will stop respecting.
Now you can pick the Seahawks to lose if you're a loser.
Yeah.
Realistic.
But that is a very good tactic at times. I'm just going to put it out there.
It is.
So Matt's outing himself as a loser.
I will tell you that that will never happen from this side. I'll tell you
when
that
you need points, you need points. All right.
Yeah. To me, more important than points. But sorry. Anyway. So that is our posse prediction challenge for this year. Again, it'll be Dustin and Matt and Will and Little Mo and Statsman Mark and myself against Jose, Mike, Chris, Andy, Jimmy, and Becky. So best of luck to them. I think we've won what, guys, once or twice out of 7 or something stupid.
We won once, and it sparked a global pandemic. So
that's right. We won, and immediately we went into a global pandemic. So
our bad guys.
So we'll try to represent, but not necessarily win this time. So, and other than that, I see Kona made an appearance. So it was pretty cool to see.
Hi, Kona.
Yeah. But say hi, Kona.
She's got a ball. She's not interested.
There she is.
Kona, can you speak?
Nope.
She's going for a walk. She's busy.
That's your 12-man fan jam show mascot right there.
She's fully committed.
While Kona goes for a walk, let's get ready for halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
All right. We've got the Posse Prediction Challenge set up. From this point on, it's all about the Rams and the Seahawks, folks. And coming up first, of course, at halftime is the best Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet. 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Of the world.
And that's coming up right after this brief moment.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Yes, it is time once again for America's favorite Seahawk-themed trivia game. It is time for 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Of the world!
The game that challenges both.
It's following.
And he's off.
It's following him.
All right, he's done his job. This game, when he comes back, challenges the posse and the people watching this show to see what they know about Seahawk trivia.
It's a challenge watching this show.
It's obviously for some of us. I love the cameras following you. It's like someone's in your room filming you. This is awesome. Anyway, the contestants are the posse themselves: Matt, Will, Little Mo, and Dustin when he feels like it. And your questions and answers will be up here in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. If you play, tell us how we did. Matt won last week. There are 2 rounds of questions worth a point each. And then we have a special final question worth 2 points. And if there's a tie, we have a double secret overtime question where the winner will be crowned 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime champion of this episode and of the world. So questions 1 through 4, round 1. Matt, which one would you like?
Sir, I have done some show prep, and I have understood that the one you pick that has the least likelihood of being the random question is number 1.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
There is one random question.
There is.
The rest of them are usually about the Seahawks and the Rams.
There's always a random.
Oh, hey, Dustin. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Welcome back. Hey, Dustin, 2, 3, or 4?
My stats show nothing. I'm going 2.
All right.
Yeah, he did no prep.
Yeah. Will, 3 or 4?
I'll do 4.
I'll do 3.
Wilmo's going to do 3. Oh, Wilmo, you just looking out for us. All right. Like I said, all the questions except for one are really about the Seahawks and the Rams. And as Matt did his due diligence and show prep, he said that number 1 would not be the unusual question, but in this case, he's wrong. And it's a wonderful question for Matt because it's one of his favorite. Matt, where did head coach Sean McVay go to college? Which I know you love talking about colleges.
Perfect.
Did he go to Miami of Ohio, Ohio University, or the University of Dayton?
And the worst thing is Duke isn't even up there. That's the only one I can remember.
Well, again, each of you can one time remove one of the options. And
These
one
are
of you,
all
the
in
first and second
Ohio,
round.
if that helps.
Firstly, I hate show prep.
Yeah,
Because it
I would
clearly
after
doesn't
that.
work.
Yeah.
Now, let me get this right. So, Miami, that's Florida.
No, Miami of Ohio. It's in Oxford, Ohio.
Yeah.
See the
More than
OH?
one Miami in the country? How did you people cope?
that Miami of Ohio is known as the Harvard of the Midwest because it's like it's all brick buildings. It's all beautiful. Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, you know.
Ben Roethlisberger went there.
No, not consent.
And is a guy they don't like there. He's a real jerk. Yeah.
Our country is bigger than like 75 square miles or kilometers.
And then
you gotta have
we have
more than one name. You gotta be a bit more creative with the
Ohio
with the
University is self-explanatory. Dayton is in Ohio as well, so they're all Ohio colleges.
It's like, what should we call this place? I know, we'll call it Miami. Sir, I think there is an already. No, don't interrupt me. We'll call it Miami. Nobody will know that. No one will make the assumption it's in Florida. I reckon he probably went to because it's so weird and random, and it sounds like somewhere that would be in Britain. I'm going to say he went to the University of Dayton.
You've obviously never been there. I've actually been to all 3 of these, so yeah, believe it or not, visiting.
You didn't get accepted into any of them, or
didn't want to. Yeah, hockey's really big, Miami of Ohio, but I digress. They were playing Michigan and in hockey, and the night before Michigan had lost to Ohio State in football, so everybody came in wearing Ohio State stuff and roses and stuff. It was pretty funny because Anyway, so you said, I'm sorry, you said Dayton.
Yeah, I did, but that middle one, is that the one with the bloke who comes out who does the cheerleading with the big old hat and does a big old O in the middle of the thing? Is that the wrong one?
No, that's Ohio State. Yeah.
Good lord.
It doesn't matter because you're wrong.
Even your university's got the same bloody names.
It's Miami of Ohio. He actually was born and raised in Dayton, Ohio, which I thought was interesting, and I'm sure you did too. Dustin.
Very incredibly interesting.
Dustin, the first time the Seahawks played the Rams in Seattle was 1979. Remember that?
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Seahawks were shut out in that game. How many points did the Rams score in that game? 20, 24, 28?
Ooh.
I don't care. 24.
Okay.
I like Ken Griffey Jr.
Nobody said 24?
Yeah.
You should care. You got it right.
I picked it because that's how many yards did we get? -5.
How many yards got in that game?
Not many.
No.
Little Mo, back in 2000, the Seahawks hosted the St. Louis Rams for the first time. St. Louis Rams.
Obviously.
How many points did the Seahawks score in that game? 30, 31, or 34?
I like Cam Chancellor, the 31.
Likes Cam Chancellor, 31. It's like the Griffey theme. Griffey 24, Chancellor 31. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Wrong though. 34 is the answer. Yeah. 34-37, I think it was like a real thrilling game.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, it was. Well, the Seahawks played the Rams in Seattle in the playoffs in 2005. We all remember that. But do you remember how many times the Rams sacked Matt Hasselbeck in that game? Was it 1, 2, or 3?
Do I remember? The correct answer is no. I don't remember.
All right. No, we're done.
Remember Bobby Ingram.
Be positive, Will. Be positive.
I'll go 1 sack. Why not?
Listening to Matt always pays off.
No.
Not today. You got sacked 3 times.
Well, it just goes no.
Dustin is in the lead 1-0 as we go into the second round. Questions 5 through 6. Dustin, 5, 6, 7, or 8?
5.
That little walk did you a little good, didn't it?
Heck yeah.
Cleared your cobwebs.
That's where my
out
cheat
of
sheet's at.
'Matt, 6, 7, 8?
6, please.
Little Mo, 7 or 8?
7, please.
Oh, you guys are doing the same thing again. Look at you.
I'll do 9.
You'll do 8. You'll do 8 and you'll like it.
Whatever.
No.
Don't hear no belly aching from you, boy.
Dustin, the Seahawks hosted the Rams in the playoffs back in 2021.
Yes, we did.
How many times did the Seahawks sack Jared Goff? 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, good old
Goofball.
The
Goofball.
Jared Goof.
He went golf Thursday night. He went golf Thursday night.
Yeah.
He was not golful. He went golf.
I'll say 2.
He's gonna say 2.
2 twice.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Dustin's 2 for
All right,
2.
he's cheating.
On
Dustin's
fire.
On the fire.
You guys got to catch him, Matt.
If this is a
Did
college
your-
question, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm not coming back.
What
What
college?
position did Sean McVay play in college? Was he a defensive back, a quarterback, or a wide receiver?
He couldn't have been a defensive back. He's not big enough. He could have been.
White.
He could have been a wide receiver.
Could have been.
A little bit of quarterback action. I'll put him down as a quarterback.
You'll play him now as a quarterback,
Yeah.
but he's a wide receiver.
Oh, balls.
Figured he'd be on offense somehow.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he definitely wasn't going to be a DB.
No,
He's
no.
not- no.
Nope.
Well, you
I
remember
know.
Josh Wilson? Josh Wilson was pretty
Oh,
small for a
yeah,
DB.
Spurs.
Yeah, he was.
I met him
Little
once.
Mo,
He wasn't much taller than me. He was not as tall as they listed him.
I think I had a Josh Wilson jersey. I don't know.
Dustin was wearing heels that day.
He was. Little Mo.
Most days.
Seahawks hosted the Rams in 2020. How many times did they sack said quarterback Jared Goff in that game? 2020. 1, 2, or 3?
Take one away.
Take one
Ooh,
away.
I forgot
1.
about
It's
that.
either sacked him
Alright.
2 or 3.
Oh. 2.
It's 3. All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Question 8.
Mm-mm-mm.
Will. Seahawks hosted the Rams in 2007. 2007.
Wait, you're right.
How many turnovers did the Rams have in that game? 3, 4, or 5?
I'm guessing we won that game based on the number of Ram turnovers.
I think that's a fair assumption.
What the hell? Let's go 5.
What the hell?
Wow.
Why not go 5? Because it's right. That's why.
Oh, nice job.
All right. So we have Dustin with 2. We have Will with 1. We have Little Mo Matt with none, but don't worry. It's time now for the final question.
Question.
We could have overtime.
Good. We
Good.
could have overtime. 2 points. Close without going over gets the 2 points. If we have overtime, we'll have an overtime question. The order goes Matt, Little Mo, Will, and Dustin. And here is your question. Last season, the Seahawks hosted the Rams and won 19-16 last season. How many yards of total offense did the Seahawks have in that game?
Lordy, lordy, lord.
And we're starting with Matt.
Now, do I think they're all going to go over? Should I play an early one? Should I do it early? Should I do the powerful
What to do? What to do?
Yards of offense. That was 1690, so it probably wasn't a particularly. Can't remember. Let's go
I
low.
could ask Alexa for you. It's right here.
Go and ask her then what she wrote. No, don't do that because she'll tell you. She's actually quite clever as Alexa.
Yeah.
She's cleverer than Siri anyway. Siri's a complete cow. I'm going to use the magic 1 for the first time right out at the bat of the season because I reckon they're all going to go over and I'm going to be the one under. So I'm going to go
You picked
1
1?
yard.
1 yard.
Yeah,
Right out of the gate.
they're all
All right.
going to go over. They're all going to be too high.
Everybody's too
All our
high.
points are on special teams. The offense never touched the field.
Little Mo.
Matt, I'm so tempted to say 2.
Yeah, I know.
That would be hilarious.
But you won't get any points either then. So Dustin's on fire. He's about to hit it on the head.
I doubt it. I have no idea where I'm going with this.
256.
256
And 63 seconds.
and 63 seconds.
Yeah.
Will. How many yards of offense?
I will
Seahawks.
go 271.
271, 256, 271. Dustin.
Kind of put me in a bad spot here, guys.
Well, that's
Go high, Dustin. Go high. Let's have an overtime question.
I don't know. That's not a lot of points. That doesn't
That's not.
mean that we weren't moving the ball a little bit, though.
I
Well,
like to move it. I like to move it.
Will said 276, right? And Mo said
271, 256, and 1.
say 272.
272.
Please let it be lower. Please let it be lower. Let me have a.
Amount of offensive yards the Seahawks had in that game when they won 19-16 is 402. Dustin shouldn't be drinking while he's looking at the answer because he is the champion.
How?
402.
I don't remember it being that many yards.
Well,
Moving up between the 20s, apparently.
what's ironic?
What's that game?
What's ironic is the overtime question would have been the Rams, and the Rams were 269. So you guys would have been right in the ballpark with 269. But yeah,
That's what made more sense.
402.
Had a
How
bunch
did
of-
we win by 3?
We must have been turning the ball over.
I was going to
Probably.
say there's a lot of drop balls going around here. There's a lot of things happening.
Probably
Yeah.
some weird stuff.
I've got to go back and rewatch that game.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I don't want to, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, congratulations, Dustin. You are a 12-man Fan Jam Show champion of the world.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I'll be
And
here
this
next
is-
week.
Yes, you will. This has been another heart-pounding, head-stomping, chest-breathing, butt-sniffing edition of your
What are those
12-man Fan Jam
Going to
Show.
some weird places.
Halftime trivia
Yeah.
Of
Of
the
the world.
of the world. We'll be back and talk all about the Seahawks and the Rams.
I'm
And
glad
we'll
that's
do
what
that.
you're choosing. Not some of that crap you just
right
said.
after this.
Even I was disgusted.
Yeah.
What? Sniffing?
Only mildly disgusting.
Wow.
Toenail
Tongue
cupping.
licking. Tongue licking.
Tongue licking. Okay.
Teeth brushing.
Finger sucking.
You're gonna have to
That's
work on your
frustrating.
phrases a little bit, I think.
Balls dropping.
Pube washing. I mean, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Sword swallowing. Could have went with that.
Oh my god. No, I can't breathe.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter!
Welcome to the second half of episode 1105 of your 12-man Fan Jam Show, the Rams edition. The Seahawks are going to take on the Rams Sunday at 4:25 p.m. on the East Coast, 1:25 on the West Coast, and in England, Matt.
4:25, 8 hours on, whatever that is.
8:25 maybe?
8 hours on to 4 o'clock in the
Oh,
afternoon.
midnight.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not
something
doing
like
maths today. It's
that.
late.
I don't know.
It's a late one because it's a 4:25, so it'll be like a 12:25 start.
Okay. Yeah. So, but before we do that, we're talking about the Rams. Before we do that, we're going to do a little thing that we're going to start doing where I'm going to eat something that has to do with the city that the team we're playing is from. So in this case, it's time to say, hey, Moses, what you eating?
What's up? What you eating there?
Hey Moses,
Hey Moses,
what you
what are
eating?
you eating?
What you eating?
Oh, hey, you don't have to do that, but thanks. We're playing the Rams, and I found some ram chops, and little Mo's going to join me because there was a fair amount left. So this is the final product, the ram chop. Sorry, a little juice there. I've never had lamb, so I don't know what
really?
it's going to be like. Never.
Mint sauce. Get mint sauce on it.
So I basically, and if you want to see how I cooked it, there's going to be a video on the 12-man Fan Jam Show that shows you how I cooked it. It's very basic, salt, pepper. I didn't do anything crazy. Put it in the air fryer, fried it for 10 minutes. It should be good, I hope. So I'm just going to rip into this.
cold.
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That's not bad.
Yeah, I like lamb.
Fatty.
Lamb
Not
burger's
bad.
really good.
Gotta
Kinda
have
like
it
a
with
pork
mint sauce,
chop.
though. Gotta have it with mint sauce.
Reminds me of pork chop.
Yeah.
Got a little kick in the end. Little Mo?
Yeah.
Your
Goes
thoughts?
close to the bone.
Just tastes like meat.
Yeah.
Don't
Appropriately.
take it
It's
out
like-
of context.
It's like if pork chops and steak had like a cousin. Like they get married and have a baby or something.
I like
But
the
lamb
little
chops
more
because-
sophisticated palate there.
We're yeah, because we're playing the Rams. We're playing the Rams. I thought it was a pretty good pick. Next week, we play the Lions and I'll be eating the lion. No, I'll be having Detroit style pizza. Which is it's a Detroit style pizza, which is they put the sauce on top of the pizza, and I'm going to try. I've never had that.
Which really makes no sense, but
but I'm going to try it.
Interesting.
I'm going to give that a try next week. So don't forget next week, Detroit style pizza. Okay. Before we also go on to other stuff, when we play a rival like we're doing tonight, this week, the Rams, I want to share a rivalry joke that you can share. So this week's rivalry joke is one, again, you can use anybody with, but I'm going to use the Rams and the Seahawks with, and it's an oldie. You've probably heard these before, but don't stop me. So apparently down in Los Angeles, there was a little second grade class full of wonderful little students, and the teacher's a big Rams fan, so she's always talking about football. So today, Friday, she said, how many of you are ready for the football season to start? And all the kids raised their hands, yeah! And she goes, how many of you love football? And they're, yeah, they love football. And they go, how many of you are Rams fans? And they all raise their hands except for Johnny in the back. And she said, Johnny, you didn't raise. I know. Johnny, you didn't raise your hand. And he said, no, I didn't. She said, why? He goes, I'm not a Rams fan. She goes, well, what are you? He said, I'm a Seahawks fan. And she goes, why would you be a Seahawks fan? And he said, well, teacher, my dad's a Seahawks fan. My mom's a Seahawks fan, so I'm a Seahawks fan. She said, that's ridiculous. What if your parents were morons? He said, well, then we'd be Rams fans. So there's your rivalry joke for the week. Enjoy.
Actually, I've not heard that one.
All right, good. Just want to share. Rivalry joke this week. And now it's time to go to our 12-man Fan Jam Show injury report with Dr. Dustin. Dr. Dustin, tell us the news.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy. Being this early in the season, there's not a lot of injuries to talk about. The Rams have 3 players that are actually out. Rookie quarterback, I believe, Stetson Bennett has the right shoulder injury.
He's like a 30-year-old rookie or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's collecting Social Security.
Nice. So he's out. He's not going to play. Hunter Long, he's a tight end of theirs, has a thigh injury. And then Cooper Kupp. That's the big one. He's had a kind of a weird offseason with hamstring injuries, and he's went to see a specialist, and they're trying to figure out what's causing it and whatnot. But he's out because he's pulled it a couple times this offseason. So he's
pulling it right off.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow!
For us, the guys that are out, it's kind of no surprise. Kenny McIntosh, who we didn't see for most of the offseason or most of the preseason.
Makes me sad.
Sorry, Moses.
Yep, he's out. And Jamal Adams, he's also not going to play this game, which is not a surprise given his injury last year. That was a big injury.
Yeah.
The fact that he's not on the PUP is actually very surprising to me.
Yeah.
So
that's
good on
news,
him.
baby. That's good news.
Yeah. Then we have 2 players that are questionable. Like I said, we're mostly healthy. Pete Carroll has said that, first, Damian Lewis, offensive lineman, has been dealing with a shoulder injury. Pete said he's likely to play, so I imagine we'll see him. And then the number 5 overall draft pick for your Seattle Seahawks, who we did not see in the preseason, has a hamstring injury he's been nursing, and Pete said that he could play. So he's not ruled out yet, but
yeah, he probably won't.
Good chance that he won't play, I think. Or if he does, it'll probably be very limited. So.
Good news, JSN looks like he's going to play, which is great.
Yeah, he had broke his wrist, had a surgery on it, probably put a screw in, I would imagine. One of the bones in his wrist. I didn't hear which one it was. Usually it's your scaphoid that you break.
That's great for him.
Yeah, and so he was out there not too long after the surgery. He was just wearing a cast out there, making catches and stuff.
Good.
And they asked him about it, and if it inhibits his ability to catch, he's like, I don't need 2 hands to catch the ball.
Oh, hey. Nice.
Yep. Well, also Kenneth Walker was dealing with his groin injury, and he's not on that injured list.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah. So he was a little too intimate with the groin, I guess, and ended up having an injury there. And
we've all been there.
He was held out of practice on Thursday, I believe, but I think he practiced yesterday.
Good.
And then he's Sounds like he's
Good.
going to play.
Well,
Again,
Good
I'm
news.
sure it'll be limited reps. I would imagine they're not going to just go full bore with him. I wouldn't think, but he'll be in there.
News. Good news. All right. Well, awesome. Thanks for that wonderful injury report.
Yeah, it's a good one so far.
That was a good one. Yeah. So now we look towards weather and fashion, and we do that by going across the pond to talk to somebody who is in England. So it is time for Matt from Merry Old England and the 12-Man Fan Jam Show weather and fashion report. Oh, Matt.
Yes, thank you, Moses. Thank you. Yes, the time has come, 12s. The wait is over. And in an effort to try and sort of bring my game up to meet the level of game now coming from Moses, who's, as he said, is eating things from across the United States from where we're playing them. Although I can't wait for the fact that if we ever play Detroit and they've moved themselves to Dick, Michigan, I can't wait to see what Dennis is going to be.
Pizza.
Going to be doing
He's
on that
try
day.
some of that English food. Spotted dick.
Could also be Bush. Could also be Bush, California, which would also be hilarious.
Bush's baked beans then.
Oh yes. It's time for the first official 12-man Fan Jam Show weather report brought from you from Merry Old England. We kick this season off with the Rams in Seattle, and this year I am more determined than ever to give you the most accurate game day weather I can by making use of the finest meteorological data and forecast technology that this show can afford.
So you went to the Chat GPI or whatever?
No.
GPT?
So naturally, no. I'm using a printout of a Google map of Oregon from 2006, 2 slightly magnetic paper clips, and a copy of the Seattle Times from 2001. Yes. But not to worry. Anyone who questions the accuracy or validity of my weather reports this year will be subject to a grand jury trial in Georgia.
You're all indicted. All of you.
You're all indicted. That being said, the paper clips have coalesced and told me that this weekend's weather will be a mainly dry with a chance of showers throughout the game. Temperatures of 72 degrees Biden, and much like your president, likely to fall at some point by the end of that day. Winds will be light from the southwesterly, so kicking shouldn't be a problem, even for Mr. Myers. Now, what to wear for this game? Well, it's a season opener and a divisional game. So of course, we have to make those from the old Southern California feel at home. The first thing to do is to immediately make driving everywhere impossible in Seattle and the surrounding area. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Next, you must raise taxes on everything to a minimum of 7.25% and make sure that you're either wearing yoga pants, ready for a detox session, denim, including pencil skirts for the ladies. Those are currently back in fashion in Southern California. And for extra credit, anything whilst holding a green smoothie from the Erewhon market. Just throw a Seahawks jersey over that and you should be good to go. With all that being said, it looks like it's going to be perfect Seahawks weather. Moses, back over to you.
Wonderful, Matt. Oh, once again, a great injury report, a great weather report, a great fashion report. We've had it all. And we have one more thing to share. Statsman Mark is not with us, but he's promised this week that he will mail in, just like he mails in his predictions in real life. He will mail me his predictions, and he did that in Brick's Picks. All right, Brick's Picks. This week, he said, do yourself a favor. Give the point that Chicago is going to give a point against the Packers. He said, subtract a point from the Chicago Bears. They're going to beat the Packers more than 1 point. However, against Vegas, he said, Vegas absolutely take the points +4 at Denver. Thinks that they might win outright. In the over-under game, he says, take the under in the Bills-Jets game at 46.5. So once again, Chicago -1 at Packers, Vegas +4 at Denver, and the under at 46.5 for the Bills and Jets. We remind you again, these numbers are given just for educational purposes and are not meant in any way, shape, or form to be bet on. And if you have a bet, you're betting on what we say, you have a real problem. So that being said, it's now on to a little sermon. Yes, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. How is everyone this evening?
Doing well,
Doing
thank you,
great.
Reverend.
We're doing great. So good to see everyone here. Football is back, baby, and it could not have come back at a better time.
I like how as soon as you started doing this segment, Kona walked away.
It's awesome. He loves me, that dog. I love that bitch. I see everyone's here. Hi, Will's remind us all when the show runs off the rails. God bless him, which is a lot. So he keeps track of that for us. Matt is here from merry old England, Matt. Still man crushing on Aaron Rodgers, I see, but that's okay.
Absolutely.
He'll return your call someday. Dustin is here.
I am.
Well, unless he needs a drink, then he wanders aimlessly like I did in the desert for 40 years. You know, he just kind of wanders
I'll find
around.
a drink before that, though.
Looking for a drink, aren't we all? And little Mo is here. Little Mo, absorbing all this sin and poor life choices from the older men around you. Listen and learn, young man. Oh, I want to tell y'all that things here at the church are going quite well. My church organist, Cleolanda, is still going strong. She's so old, though. She's so old, she sat behind Jesus in the 3rd grade. That's how old she is. She's old, so old her world history book, when she had it, was just a pamphlet, not a book. She's so old she majored in fire and wheel, but I digress. Friends, I'm so glad to be once again here amongst us as we embark towards the promised land, and as we move forward, we are basking in the warm glow that is Seahawk Positivity, a reading from the book of the 2023 NFL season, chapter 1, verses 7 to 12. For as we start our journey, we stand home strong and proud, and there we are met by sheep from the south, from the city of angels. They did come, and we were ready for them, and we roasted those lambs, and they did tremble under the power of Seahawk Positivity. Now, this is the word. Can you feel the power of Seahawk Positivity? Can you feel it? Can you believe? Do you believe in the power of Seahawk Positivity? If you believe, you power, give our defense the ability to knock the Rams on the floor harder than a lamb that lays down on Broadway. Let's hear an amen, nice and loud.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes, and if you believe in the power to give our offense the ability to score more than Coach Sean McVay out of convention, CILF. Coaches, I'd like to, and you can figure the rest. Let's hear it. Amen, nice and loud.
Amen.
Yes, that's the power, my brother. We're loud and 12, my 12s. Starting the season against the Rams, they are hardly a shell of the Super Bowl champion of just a couple seasons ago. I guess they didn't think they needed any draft picks, and Aaron Donald will play till he's 50. God, I hope that's not true. But anyway, this has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. Go forth, my brethren. Go forth and spread the good word of Seahawk Positivity. Praise Largent, praise Cortez, praise Walter Jones, praise Kenny Easley, and as always, go Hawks. Coming up next, we do our predictions, our prognostications, our game balls, and we listen to the Madden prediction of this game coming up in the 4th quarter, and that's coming up right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production. It's the 4th quarter, bitches!
Yes, welcome to the 4th and final quarter of episode 1105, your Rams edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Seahawks Rams, Sunday, 4:25 on the East Coast, 1:25 on the West Coast. We figured about midnight for you, Matt.
Yeah, it'll be 12:25, something like that.
In England. And it reminds you that next week is the Detroit Lions show. We'll be doing a Lions show. I'll be eating Detroit pizza. And I'll also be drinking something, which brings me to now, hey, Moses, what you drinking?
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink!
Hey, Moses,
right.
Hey, Moses, what are you drinking?
Thank you, guys. Supposedly in Los Angeles, it became legendary that a drink called the Moscow Mule became famous. Now, it started on the East Coast, but Los Angeles is where it became famous. And apparently, you want to make a mule, you need a copper mug. Well, I don't have a copper mug. Vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer. I've had 2 of those. And so I'm going to literally, this is live. I'm pouring this out, and I'm going to take a drink of this in the not shot glass, the drink, not the shot glass that I mentioned last week. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was gonna do this with you, and then when I read what it was, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna skip on this one.
They're not bad. They're also
They're
Not
right.
really.
You
Haven't
can't
had
have
one.
more than a couple there.
Smells fairly pungent, but I'm going. Here we go.
That's the ginger
Pungent.
ale.
It tastes a little bit like ass, but not too bad.
You sure you're
How
not
do you know
tasting
it's
what
not
you were
bad.
smelling earlier?
It's like 7-Up that's been sitting outside in the sun for about 12
Yes.
hours.
Yes.
That's about that.
Sounds delicious.
You're like, oh, 7-Up. I'm really thirsty. Well, this was, I guess, quenched the
you
thirst.
get someone who
but-
knows how to make those. They're actually not too bad. I've had
Yeah.
a few.
But Moscow Mule, next week I have another drink. It's lion related, but we'll talk about that later. Now,
let me know what that one is too. I'll look into it, see if I want to
I will.
participate.
I will. But now we're going to talk about Little Mo's Madden Challenge. All right, here's how this works every week. Little Mo is going to take his Madden game. He's going to simulate the game that's about to be played between the Seahawks and who they have. In this case, the Seahawks and Rams. Little Mo played this game last night.
Very exciting.
And you can tell he's very excited about it. And as he always tells us, Little Mo, they are always accurate.
100%.
100%.
Every time.
So
100%.
please, Little Mo, tell
Except
us
for
how
the
the
fact
game went.
That, Cooper Kupp is playing because I can't turn that off, and Jamal Adams is playing. And Dwayne Eskridge is playing. Not that he played that much anyways, but,
Does
Yeah.
the NFL know?
I think this taints the entire results here.
So what happened in
Oh.
the game?
So, to start off, this is just the highlights. Bobby Wagner intercept the Rams on the first possession.
Nice.
I like
Geno
it.
Smith passed to Tyler Lockett for a 2-yard touchdown in the first quarter.
Like it?
So it's 7-0.
Mhm.
Cam Akers had a 2-yard rushing touchdown, 7-7. Darrell Taylor strip sack on Matt Stafford, recovered by Jaron Reed for a
Let's get that.
touchdown. So 14-7.
Reed got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Seahawks get a 57-yard field goal.
Wow.
From Jason
surprised you don't
Myers.
I'm surprised you don't miss those on purpose in the game just out of spite.
He doesn't play. He lets
I
it
don't
simulate.
play. I just
He
watch.
lets it simulate.
Oh, it's simulated. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
playing
yeah.
any of this. I wouldn't have lost.
So it's
I
17-7
would
now.
have blown them out.
So it's 17-7.
Yeah. Geno gets strip sacked. That leads to a Cooper Kupp 10-yard touchdown reception.
So we can take that one off the board.
Yeah.
At half. So it's 17-14 at halftime.
Okay.
Jason Myers makes a cheap shot field goal. I don't know how far it was. It was just really close, so I just said that. 40-14
All right.
in the third. Stafford a 33-yard touchdown to Cooper Kupp. Makes it 21-20 in the third. Matt Stafford a 6-yard touchdown to Hunter Long, 28-20.
Sounds like I picked the wrong time to stop drinking Moscow Mule. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Jason
Out of
Myers,
curiosity,
40.
Was
Yeah.
Witherspoon playing?
He was playing. No injuries. It was just like the normal team with no injuries from both sides. Jason Myers, 43-yard field goal, makes it 28-23 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Rams field goal makes it 31-23 with 39 seconds to go in the fourth.
Oh.
And the game ends with an Aaron Donald sack. Literally, last play of the game is an Aaron Donald sack.
Proving once again what?
Well, I'm getting there. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me go through the stats real quick.
Sorry.
So the
You know what?
stats.
Screw you, Lomo. I'm leaving.
God, it's so less dramatic now.
Geno 21 for 39. I didn't put the yards. I must have forgot that with 1 pick and 1 interception. Matt Stafford 24 for 34 with 296 yards and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Wow.
Neither team had a rushing game really, so I didn't put that down. Receiving DeMarcus Robinson 9 receptions for 106 yards for the Rams.
Damn.
Didn't even know he was on the team. Cooper Kupp had 5 receptions and 2 touchdowns.
So we can take those away.
5 receptions for Tyler Lockett, Jason, and Lockett had a touchdown reception. Jamal Adams led the team with 10 tackles.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
TF tackles for loss for Uchenna Nwosu, Dale Taylor, Draymond Jones, and Devin Witherspoon, and
All right.
Julian Love.
All right.
And then a sack for Dale Taylor and Draymond Jones, the interception for Bobby Wagner. And Aaron Donald had 3 sacks. Yes, he's still our daddy.
He's still our daddy.
3 sacks.
Well, I guess we're just going to have to find Aaron Donald and kidnap him and keep him out of the game. That's all we can do.
I'm on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do like the whole Dan Marino, Ace Ventura thing.
Exactly. Laces out, Aaron. All right.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for that report. I hope that some of those happen, and I hope some of those don't. Be nice to see a couple sacks. But anyway, in the real game, Seattle
That's what Matt always says.
Yeah. Seattle is a 5-point
actually.
favorite, and the over and under will be 46.5 for our game. Now it's time for our policy prediction challenge. First, Team 12. Jose said, all right, let's do this now because I plan to be drunk all week celebrating my birthday. So, Jose, if you're drunk, congratulations, and I'll have a Moscow mule for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure somebody else runs the wheelchair, though, man. Don't drink and drive.
We will hear about that. Score 24-13 Hawks. Prognostication, Seahawks get at least one turnover.
Love
Game
you,
ball to
Jose.
DK. Mike Pascal scored 23-20 Seahawks. Banking on the D taking longer to gel. The offense taking longer to gel than the D. You should always gel your D. Keeping the score low.
Yeah.
Game ball still trying to learn all the new names. So for now, DK, prognostication, Walker, touchdown. Chris said Seahawks 26, Rams 13, 4 sacks or more for the Seattle's Big D. Oh, I think he was just talking to me.
My.
Game ball to Mafe. This is the way. Andy, game ball. Welcome back, Bobby Wagner. Prognostication, we forced 3 turnovers. Score, Seahawks 27, Lambs 17. Jimmy, I don't buy the hype. The Rams suck. I believe it when I see it. I'm expecting a typical ugly game. Hawks win 24-16. Prognostication, defense gets 3 sacks. Game ball to Tyler Lockett. Becky, 27-17. Seahawks, Bobo with a touchdown. Game ball to Bobo. She has obviously caught Bobo mania.
She is a Bo Bro.
He's a Bo Bro. Statsman Mark, Seattle wins 30-16 now for our team. Statsman Mark, Seattle wins 30-16. Charbonnet touchdown. Game ball to Mafe. Little Mo. What you got?
Aye. 31-23 Seahawks.
All right.
I'll go with a Tariq Woolen interception. And I'm going to give the game ball to Tariq Woolen.
Oh.
Good way to start it. His homie yesterday missed an interception. The guy that had the tied him for most interceptions last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had a chance and missed it last night.
That's Gordo Johnson.
Yeah, had a chance to steal it right off his hands too.
Yep.
That was a lot last night. Maddie, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm good.
He
Tired.
looked like the Kansas City wide receiver out there trying to catch it.
Yeah.
That wide receiver looked like a defensive back.
Yeah.
Maddie, what you got for us?
So these are for realsy now, aren't they? It's all
Yeah.
for realsy.
Yeah.
Firstly, I've got to see my dad tomorrow. My dad's a Chiefs fan, so I'm looking forward to that. That's the first good
Tell
thing.
Dad we said hi.
I will.
Yeah, you should ask him about how many wide receivers have that many passes defense in the
I'm going to go with the score of Seahawks 31, Rams 17. Prognostication, I see 3 sacks on Matt Stafford.
He's like that girl on Total Recall.
Lord.
And I give my game ball to Tyler Lockett.
Lord.
Very
Dustin.
wrong.
I wasn't
Very
sure how
wrong.
many people would get that joke.
Yeah. We've all seen it. We've all stopped the tape just in time. You all like,
Sometimes.
pause. All right. Dustin, what you got?
All right, so this is a season opener against the division rival, so I think the whole thing's gonna be non-predictable. If we're being completely honest.
Well,
Whatever.
you're going to have to predict it because that's
I'm
kind of
just
the
saying.
rules.
I know. I'm just saying whatever we think is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be more of a low scoring affair. I know Gino's pumped about. We have a bunch of explosive plays and playmakers and shit in practice. Well, you're not in practice right now. you're going to get hit.
So toughen up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
coach right there.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be lower scoring. I'll say Seahawks are gonna win something like 21-17, somewhere in that range. Or no, I got to change that a little bit. Say 17-14. I'll go that route. And the reason why is because now I have to see if this is gonna fly or not. And this is just because the little Mo. Is it okay that I say that we will not miss? My prognostication would be not missing any point after attempts or field goals. Does that count?
So 100% successful kicking.
Yes.
I'd say both. Yeah. No missed kicks.
Fine.
Okay. So that works. So just because that was the most important signing we had in the offseason. That was the first thing we did.
No missed kicks.
Yeah, had to get it
All right.
done.
I'll go with that.
All right.
He'll miss 5 PATs.
And just for Lil Mo's sake, I'm going to say that he's going to get the game ball too. Not Little Mo, but.
All right, I'm out. I'm out.
Nice.
He's gone. He's done.
And now he's gone. People just leave the show left and right. It's just gone. They're just gone.
And then he might kick like a game winner. And as
oh my God,
he does that, and everybody's chanting his name, Little Mo's gonna go throw up in the bathroom,
just lifting him up, and
yeah, they're gonna carry him off the field.
Little Mo will not get AC.
Chill up in the middle of Pioneer Square. Rename Pioneer Square.
Myers Point.
I just like to point out that Dustin's prognostication, based on his predicted score, Myers is only going to attempt 3 kicks. So that's,
basically.
That's not much of a prognostication, Dustin.
No, but we're going to go with it.
Yeah, I had to switch it up a little bit because I was like,
it was like 37-36.
I like the rebuttal by Little Mo. Yeah, but he sucks.
Yeah.
So it would be impressive if he did kick 3 in a row.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm torn because I think it's gonna be low scoring. Like at the game last night was more low scoring than I thought it was gonna be. But at the same time, it has to be one where he can actually kick some field goals. So that was a tough one.
It was. Well, what you got for us?
Well, first off, I'm giving my game ball to Little Mo if Dustin's not.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will.
You the real MVP.
Yeah. Okay. Score prediction 20-16 Seahawks.
All right.
For my prognostication, I'm stealing one of the rare good things from the simulation. I'm going to say Bobby Wagner is going to get an interception.
Nice.
And my game ball is going to Julian Love.
Nice. Little love in the game ball.
I love that pick.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there too. All right, it's my turn.
Oh gosh.
Good night, everyone.
All right, I'm out.
You can all leave.
Go make another drink now.
Here we are, another Seahawks season about to get underway, and the Seahawks fans have hopes higher than Cheech and Chong at a Grateful Dead concert. Surprising playoff appearance last season, a great draft class, and a sprinkling of re-signings and free agents are getting the 12s chomping at the bit to start this NFL season, and that happens this Sunday as your Seahawks start the season against those Rams. And while the Seahawks were exceeding expectations last season, the Rams last season were about as underwhelming as a Fergie national anthem, and just about as painful to watch.
It was Fergalicious.
Yeah. Rams finished the year with the players they could, because they have many left. Yeah. They finished 5-12, a far cry from the Super Bowl contenders from where they have been. It was so bad last year that they leaned on Baker Mayfield, the Jeff George of this era. Face it, he always seems to pop up on a roster somewhere until a team has him, and they wonder, why do we have him? And then off he goes somewhere else. But I digress. The Rams are led on offense by Matt Stafford, who looks less like a quarterback and more like the kid from Sixth Sense all grown up, if you look at him. He sees bad receivers. Defensively, they're led by Aaron Donald. And, I have made it known quite publicly on this show many times. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this future Hall of Famer, especially since he could bench press my sorry ass and beat the ever-loving snot out of me. So I love you, Aaron. You're great.
Yeah.
The Rams are hoping to start their season off with a shocker and upset the home team, but not this week. Watch Geno Smith throw not 1, not 2, 3 touchdown passes. Mostly
over there, Blair Witch.
Mostly at my game ball, DK Metcalf. Oh, Coach McVay. Savor that Super Bowl trophy you got a couple years ago, because that may be the only one you're going to get with this team. Seahawks win by a score of Seattle Seahawks 27, Los Angeles Rams 20. Book it.
So booked.
And it's time to put this show into the books. We want to thank everyone for joining the 12-Man Fan Jam show. We hope you had a little fun. We hope you learned something or you laughed a little bit. You learned that I suck at fantasy football. You learned that mule, what is this? Mule thing tastes a little bit like ass and tastes like 7-Up has been out in the sun for 12 hours. We learned that lamb chops taste like pork chops and meat. And we learned that Dustin likes to leave. So
Yeah,
on behalf of Matt from Maryland, England, Will, our Shadowhawk, Little Mo, and Dustin, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses from the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity, saying until next week, as always, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Hey, Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Oh, ram it. Do you know how to ram it? Everybody ram it.